Okay. Oh, I'm laughing at this one because it's a little lighter. It's a lot harder. So for today's podcast, um, we're gonna talk about the celebrity. And I'm sorry if it sounds weird. I don't have a good enough sound bar here, but I just wanted to talk about how after 12 years of being sacrificed and prayed to in a cult, I get random memories of people, places, things, celebrities talking to me and saying weird shit. And today, as I was laying down, I got a memory of Margot Robbie. And I wanted to tell it to you because it's teaching me a lesson right now. For my next unblind item breakdown, I would like to talk about how the celebrity is a star, a supernova. And in school, I learned that a supernova is the last state of the sun before it turns either into a black hole or a white dwarf. And I spoke about this before, but I think I need to talk about it again. So, a white dwarf is when the sun has been reborn and now it's made new again. But a black hole is when the sun just burns out and then it just sucks up everything. I learned this in school. I don't know if that's still true. Things, because some people said that, like I might have got that mixed up, but that's what they said. They said that stars can form into black holes. They didn't explain why. They just said sometimes that could happen. It can either go to being a white dwarf or a black hole. And the sun is a star. And I don't know, Mitch. We're in the apocalyptic times. I'm praying it just turns into a white dwarf, but it might turn into a black hole. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that celebrities are very similar. They kind of turn into a black hole that sucks up all the positive energy to make them self relevant the way they were doing to us, right? The way they were doing to me. And you never see any white dwarfs. You never see the ones who get so big that people are like, oh, he can't get bigger, any bigger than this. He can't get any bigger than this. And then they do, and then they just fucking explode and they go on a hiatus. And you don't hear about them for a long time. And then they come back out and everybody's like, we still love you. You're still big. Like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is a white dwarf, actually. Wow. I feel like yeah, I'm gonna mention him again. But because Michael Jackson, like in any of these podcasts, I'm probably gonna have to talk about him at some point because really he seems like the only true, like, shining artist of Hollywood. But yeah, he's like a white dwarf. He's been out for years because he's dead, you know. Rumor has it that he came back to life and is still here, but it's none of my business. He's for the most part he's been dead for several like decades now, I think. Maybe like two, one, like I don't know, but the point is somebody dropped a movie about him and it's like back like he never left. Like he's a white dwarf, definitely. For real. And Taylor Swift is a fucking black hole. That's what she is. Okay? She came to the industry and she destroyed everything just like they said she would, okay? When Will said, you are so talentless, you are gonna make so many bitches feel safe coming into Hollywood, not knowing how to sing and trying to get a career. And she did. She made a lot of people feel safe, okay? Not having enough talent and then still trying to be a celebrity. So I call her a black hole. She got really big and that's what she turned into. Her supernova went left. Michael Jackson's supernova went right. Now, a supernova burns out after a certain time and it's because of evil, obviously. Like we're not gonna pretend like that's what it is. It's because of evil. You're in sin, you're a fake Christian, whatever. I believe all celebrities are supposed to be Christians or Christian like, okay? I don't believe that you're supposed to be satanic when you are famous because if you have millions of people looking up to you, you do not want to feed them demonic shit, okay? And Margot Robbie, back to her, didn't want me exposing this, and I wasn't. Because she hasn't done much evil yet, and I tried to give her a chance. I tried to give her a chance. It's because she delighted me in a way. She delighted me when she first spoke to me that one time. And like I was thinking, I thought about it, then I thought about it. If these people would learn to tell on themselves like a real Christian should, tell the truth, shame the devil, they wouldn't have anything to hide. Like, you would just feel so much better if people knew what a piece of shit you were and how you're trying not to be a piece of shit. It'll make Christians give you direct prayers, you know what I'm saying? Like good prayers instead of just saying, hey, give me some money that I'm going to pretend to donate to charity, but really I'm donating it to my house because I'm in foreclosure. Like a lot of celebrities are broke. They don't have money. They every year it felt like they were going on these weird social media rampages saying donate, 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 and none of the money was going to the actual place they said it was. It was going to them so they can continue to look like they're rich. God was taking their money because they're evil. But they can't let us know that. But that would have helped us, honestly. Had they just told us, guys, God is letting us know. He he taking our money because we're evil. Yeah, that really would have helped us. And it's like, I have to say this. I'm helping you, Margot. I'm helping you. Just like I helped Justin Bieber by exposing what he did to his demon son, quote unquote demon son. Okay? I'm helping you. Margot Robbie prayed to me only once, I think, only once, and showed me her tits. Guy's dream, right? Right. But yeah. The good news is that because Margot Robbie is like new to Kabbalah, this is when I was older. So it's not when I was a child, right? Because I already told you I've been in this since I was a child. She did this when I was an adult. So I guess it's not that crazy, right? But she did. She showed me her breasts, asking me, did you do this? As a joke. Because her breasts were like old, soggy, and sunken looking when they didn't used to look like that before, right? They looked ran through like a toilet. That's what I said to her. And she didn't even get offended. I said, why I look like a toilet? Like her breasts are about to be flushed down the drain. That's what it looked like. Cause I just couldn't believe she was standing before me showing me that shit, right? And she was really chill. Then she proceeded to tell me that this is what I get. God told me to be a whore as a joke. Sarcastic. I took it seriously. I wanted a new role, something fresh, something new. I had sex with 5 guys to get the role of Barbie. And by the end of it, I didn't even want it anymore. She said it like that. She said that having sex with those guys made her feel old, dead, and tired afterwards. And you could really see it if you watched the movie. She do be looking tired though. She really do be looking tired though. I didn't like I remember I didn't say anything to her. Not directly. When she said that shit to me, I spoke to God. I spoke to God instead. Okay? Because I'm not a God. I am not anybody's savior. Okay? Ugh, excuse me. I just ate something. I'm not anybody's savior, but I mean, I could be saving some people though. Maybe I am a savior in a small way by putting these out there. They don't get a lot of views, but whoever sees them could learn from them, you know, and get the help that they need from a Christian because people are always complaining Christians didn't do their jobs. That's why this happened, right? And yeah, I'm doing it now. But I didn't say anything to her and she felt better. She was like, oh, eh. Something she said, right? I guess that's it. Maybe that's what she said. And she was like, so she just went away. Yeah, she just went away. And I bring up this message because Satan told the demons he brought to earth with him to look more human. They, the black people, this is what he said: the black people make fun of you because you have no hue. If you grow up around black people, they always got jokes about white people. They're always making jokes about white people. How they like to drink bland food, how their seasoning is water, how they always smell like blood or dogs, they got a dog smell on them. Like they just sound like sulfur. Like it's always jokes that white people aren't really human. If you grow up in a black community, that is. Like people have jokes like that, right? And Satan took those jokes seriously, right? The guy I don't know if he has a real name aside from Lucifer, but he took those jokes seriously. He said the black people are making these jokes because in their spirit and in their hearts and minds, they can see what you are. And Satan is saying white people are not human. And honestly, God told me that when I was writing the Hidden Travel books, that when you see albinos, when you see them looking albino with no color on them, that really isn't human. They they just have a body that is like a human, but they really aren't. And when they reach the final level, it's like when their hair turns completely white all over their body and they start to look like an alien. And then they just say, I don't give a shit. People are just gonna see me, right? God likes them as that. He told me that. If they learn to accept themselves as they are, he doesn't hate them. The problem is there are people, who have the same coloring as Taylor, who are like albino, but they stopped a little bit, right? The last bit of color is their hair. Their hair is blonde. That's a hue. That is a color, but you know, they stopped it from going anywhere. I mean, usually old age is what gets rid of that hue. The point is, I'm trying to make is that when Satan came to this cult, he told them that. He told them that you got to look more human and you got to look black. Those dog women I spoke of last podcast, they told Beelzebub the same thing. Hue means color, and when you come as a white person, you have no color. So they know you are different. Black is the only power. That's what the dog said. They said black is the only power. So, Bajork, yeah. Bajork is a Beelzebub. How do I know this? Because Cher Horowitz told me. That's when that's when she tries to be black. That's the blackest she can get. Apparently, for her, being the original Beelzebub, that's the blackest she can get. But over time, her children will make it to where their skin can turn brown, and it's because of this mud they roll onto their skin. I don't know. She and other women in Kabbalah kept telling me that there are black women walking around the earth who aren't actually black, but there's this special prime grade A mud that God drops onto the earth, and they always go to Africa to get it. Sometimes it's in the south, the southern parts of America, but you got to search deep, right? But it was always in Africa. That's what they told me, that they periodically fly down to Africa to put this mud on themselves so people won't know that they're actually white or turning albino, meaning their skin fell off, right? A leper, they called it leprosy in the Bible, you know, and I don't believe that. I know everything I've been through. You're like, girl, you should believe it by now, but I'm just like, why waste your money? Why waste the time? Like, it just sounds so stupid. You're really telling me that you be periodically flying across the world just to look black? It was really that serious for them. I'm guessing they started doing this for the imposter age, but it sounded to me like they've been doing it for a long, long time, like since forever, right? But Cher, instead of doing that, she decided to just be white. And she said she died. And she said she came back as Cher Horowitz. Okay, she apparently was Bajork. She lived in the body of Bajork. Then she left Bajork's body. And somehow Bajork stayed alive. Bajork did not die. That didn't make any sense to me, right? So she believed that Bajork is a copy of her, the original, right? Because when Beelzebub was first born, she looked something like a Chinese white woman, like she was mixed Asian, you know? And so she became Cher Horowitz, a white, blue eyed blonde woman that was fully loving and accepting of herself, which Hitler loved, mind you. I talked about Hitler. Hitler was like God in that way. He said, if you just would accept that you're white and ugly like I do, I would like you. And he thought they were the prettiest because they were also the ugliest to God, because they have no hue. The word human suggests you are full of color. They don't have much color. But if you like yourself and you're accepting of that, then God will leave you alone, as did Hitler. But it kind of looked like he was worshiping them all because he wanted to look like that. He didn't like being half. He didn't like having black hair, brown eyes. That it made him feel like he was one of those dog people he was trying to kill. That's what he didn't like. So yeah, Bajork is still living, but Cher swears that they are connected. I don't know. She's like Cher's like she swears that they're connected. She's like she's the original me. That's me. I don't know. Um The problem is that Cher doesn't accept herself fully because she's a pig. Okay? She's a pig. Margot Robbie is a human. That's what made her special. I'm realizing that that is what made her special. When I asked God more about her after she prayed to me, He did show me those things. That men loved her and found her to be special because she wasn't a pig like Cher was. Men liked Cher, so they were fine with her keeping herself hidden, right? But what they didn't like was that she was otherworldly. She had another type of spirit that wasn't human in her. That's what they would tell you, I guess. So, because I believe Cher is a human, she's just a deformed one. A Beelzebub, I'm talking about, right? So, like, but Margot was so special. In fact, that, and the fact, like, when I heard her and I saw her praying to me, when I looked at her, I didn't feel as fatigued as what the others made me feel. I felt refreshed. Like, for the first time, I felt like God, but in a good way. Like, I probably should have felt like God already with how they were treating me, but I felt like God in a good way. I felt like God looking at a Christian, talking to them, and it's someone that he adores. This is my Christian. This is my person that I adore, right? It's not like when Satan and the other pig people start praying to him and he looks down at them with annoyance and he wants to step on them. It's completely different. It's like, this is what it's like when a child of God prays to God and he just looks down and like, what can I do for you today, sweetheart? Like, it, I didn't say that to her, but she kind of gave me that feeling because it's just so refreshing how, as she was praying to me, she already came to the conclusion that she's an idiot and that she shouldn't have did it. I didn't need to say anything. And I really enjoyed that because after 12 years of morons coming back to you saying, I did the stupid thing again, I did the wrong thing again, just going around in a circle like a dumb ass dog, like that is refreshing. Because you're a child watching adults be stupid, it makes you feel hopeless. It makes you feel hopeless. And she was not one of those idiots. Like, I'm not saying every last person was like that, but too many of them were. Too many of them. But like, I never cared about Margot Robbie until that moment, right? Like, but like when I watched the Barbie movie, like, yeah, I was about to say Marvel movie. When I watched the Barbie movie, I noticed how tired and different she looked. Like I said, from Harley, like she looked different from Harley Quinn. She really shined in that role. You could say it was the makeup, but there was just something about her when she was Harley Quinn, right? In the first movie, a lot of people didn't like the second movie about Harley Quinn, and I remember watching that and thinking, I hate that she got this role. I hate that she got this role. I felt like they should have given the role to a much younger looking and energetic type of woman. That's what I said. I wanted her to have more energy. I wanted her to actually look like Barbie. If you look like Barbie, like her face is crazy, okay? Her eyes are bright. They look wide ass open. All right? Like I don't mean wide ass open like but like there's just something about them where like her smile and shit like she's always smiling, like she's always on. She like 1,000 watts to me, to many little girls, right? When they were playing with her, she had this bright ass pretty face, and Margot's face kind of didn't match that for me. And I know that's crazy, but like, cause yeah, but I don't know how to describe it. I just kind of felt like you right. You did look a little bit run down in the movie. Let me stop, because I'm not trying to roast her. Actually, I'm not. But after she told me that, I realized she was just a silly NPC woman. She's not dirty or swampy, and that's what makes her human. Okay? I mean, she got a little dirty that day, but she just had too many monkey hands on her. Okay? So this goes back to Christians being a bright star. And when you look up to the stars, they inspire you to live. They inspire you to think about life and they inspire you to think about God. Stars inspire all these things. That's what you're supposed to do when you're a celebrity. You are supposed to inspire people to live, to think about life, to think about God and all his good things, right? Margot was a Christian by default, being an NPC type of person. And she lived so well, she kind of became like a black woman to certain men in Hollywood. Finally, they said, a woman who was white, blonde, blue-eyed, and not a goddamn pig. That's what God showed me. These men were delighted that she wasn't a Beelzebub. And they was like, she's beautiful, really gorgeous. And she's gorgeous. Like, that's amazing, right? It's like, and what do we do with this? The demons. These are the demons, right? The demons will say, what do we do with this? We fucking ruin her. That's what we do. We can't have this human bitch ruining Beelzebub's shine. That's what happened. Okay? Because at the end of the day, they are for Satan. And she makes Beelzebub look bad. And if you make Beelzebub, his daughter, look bad, then you make Satan look bad. Okay? So when a Christian man or a Christian woman makes it big, you are going to get a lot of demon men and women sent from hell to test you. And after I say this, I'm going to say it. They might not want to be used anymore, but it's actually God who sends them and not Satan. It's the final test before you get married in this life. Literally. So, honestly, like, I mean, I know it's annoying. Like, why you gotta test me? But it was crazy to me to find that out. That it wasn't actually Satan sending those people to turn you into a whore or a whoremonger. It was God. They're not meant to turn you out. It's just meant to be the test to prove that you are stronger than them, that you are better than them. Remember, Jesus hung out with sinners. And the fake Christians was like, why are you always hanging out with tax collectors and prostitutes? Are you one of them? And Jesus was like, no, I'm not a weak bitch like you. Basically, I can hang around these people and they won't turn me out. I turn them out. You can't hang around Hollywood producers because you'll get turned out. You'll be acting all high and mighty, and next thing you know, they invite you to a party and you got your pants down, sticking it in some child's mouth. Yeah. But that will never be Jesus. That's the point. Oh shoot. So as I was saying, like I got a little bit hyped there. As I was saying, this is the final test before you get married. All right. You are supposed to have an effect on them. As a big Christian, you're no longer a babe in Christ. You're not suckling on the milk anymore. You are eating meat now, and you are a big boy. You are a big girl. You're an adult. So these people should not be affecting you. They should not be affecting you. I sent you these sluts to see what you would do. Why are you getting mad? Right? So it's like, I'm not going to get mad because I'm experiencing this right now. I decided not to get mad at it. Get mad at God, really. I'm experiencing this right now, but I rarely come out of the house, so they can't test me well. I'm a recluse. Remember the recluse, right? It's really hard to get a recluse to fornicate with you. So it's like they said, oh, we gotta put spells and shit on her. They were trying to put love spells on me. They were trying. That nigga from Stray Kids was trying really hard. Okay, like it's Stray Kids. Like it's like they try to come to you physically. They try to come to you spiritually. Like like a incubus trying to rape you in your sleep because they did that too to a lot of people during the imposter age. It was a huge deal. Dog women raping men in their sleep, right? But I honestly, like, when I think about it, I should come out more to prove what I said. I want to see what they're made of, really. Men are so soft now after the imposter syndrome got to them. They're so soft and squishy. They don't really act like a man anymore. Um, it's like, I'm a little evil now. I would like to put the boys to the test as well. I would like to test them too. Shoot. But I should expose their names. I mean, while I'm talking about them, some of them were random guys from Agrabah. Random guys, because I exposed that the demon dog women came from Agrabah. Some of them, like I've been exposed it, but in a different way. Some of them were trying to come to me, pretending to be producers, pretending all this bullshit, right? Just random idiots who thought I was a fucking dumbass. And some of them were famous men. And since I said that I don't want to hold back and I want these to be unblind items, I should name them, like to embarrass them. Like I should expose their names, not to brag, but to embarrass them. Okay, so that's let's see. Oh yeah, like I mentioned, it was that dirty, swampy ass pig nigga from Stray Kids. I forgot his name. I said Hinchin, but God, stop protecting him. If his name's not Hinchin, why am I saying Hinchin? Like, is it Hinchin? What is his name? Like, I know he a Beelzebub. I know he is one. He stink like one. Like he smell like garbage, bro, when he's horny. And I only know that because he tried to rape me several times and he stinks. Like animal niggas, they will try to send you their stink thinking that it's like raw masculine energy that's gonna make her horny. And I'm like, bitch. Like, I wanna fucking scream. Ah! Oh my god. I did. I did. I'm sorry. If you were listening to this in your ear, I'm sorry. I had to fucking scream. The flashbacks, the cringe. I should be. I was fucking mad. I was livid, actually. I was angry. I was livid. I was mad as hell because I thought straight kids were Christians. I feel dumb. I feel dumb, right? Because all of them were nasty like that, but he was the nastiest, okay? And for him to try that many times to get me in that way, the last few times that he did it, I just started to laugh at him because how stinky and ugly he was, okay? Like, oh my god. Oh my god. Like, whatever. Like, you'll know if you look it up, okay? Like, his name, Henshin something. I really did forget his name. I feel like Henshin is not his name. I sound racist. I'm just saying anything that sounds Korean, but honestly, I don't give a fuck. So, who else? Who else tried to get at me? Kai from EXO. Chin from EXO. Chanyeol from EXO. That nigga actually tried to rape me too. Uh, and he was really aggressive about it, like Justin Bieber. And Henshin was the only one who was continual though. Like he thought it was a fucking game. I don't know what's wrong with that nigga. This is what I was starting. This is what made me say that's why he had Beelzebub because he was acting like he didn't understand that I wasn't into this. The other, like the other guys that tried to rape me, like they stopped after because it's like, oh, she's not like a demon bitch, who's like pretending to hate this. Because I guess that's what made them feel comfortable doing that. A lot of women they met were demoness demonesses who are into that, but they pretend like they're not. And so that's where they got this idea from. Because if I'm being honest, I never wanted to say this because I don't want the girlies to hate me. But rape culture starts with women. Okay. It started with Beelzebub. It started with Beelzebub women. Okay. They want a nigga to rape them, but they pretend like they don't want that shit. And they're really good at pretending. They be crying, sniffling, oh my god, he like ripped my panties off. And then you find out that they be writing fan fiction or reading books where the exact same thing happens and they enjoy it. And it's like, so it's okay that the main character of your favorite book went through that, but it's not okay that you. I'm confused. I'm confused. I know it sounds wrong for me to victim blame like that, but you gotta, being in that cult, you learn things. Being a part of Hollywood, you learn things. These women are not really womening. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, they're not really womening. Okay, so yeah, Chanyeol, you fucking bitch. Like, you look like an old baby head anyway. All right, I don't like you anymore. Like, it was just a bunch of, it was just a bunch of K-pop guys. Actually, I'm sorry, I got another flashback. I got another flashback. Oh my god. Okay, it was Chin. Chin. I remember this one time, Chin from EXO put on a Halloween mask of a monster and tried to play me this audio of one of the members of EXO moaning, and I'm like, "You're gay as shit. What the fuck is I? I'm sick. Like, I'm actually sick. I'm sick. Like, what the fuck? Okay, I don't wanna. I don't even want to remember that. Cause what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? I don't want to remember it. Cause this is gonna sound like I made that shit up. It's gonna sound like I made this shit up. I'm not even gonna. No, no, Jesus, I'm not. But like I said, it was a bunch of K-pop guys actually. Really, I have a lot of Korean pop music tea because a lot of Korean pop stars are in Kabbalah. A lot of them. So if you care about Eastern celebrities from the East, like Korean celebrities, I got shit on them. I do. I don't care about Chinese people. There were some Chinese people playing I said playing in my face, praying to me. But I don't care about them, so I never remembered because they were praying to me in Chinese. Like, the fuck am I gonna do that? But some of the K-pop stars, they learned English, and when they were in America, they would be praying to me in English, which was weird. So I thought they were gonna do that too. But Chinese people are arrogant. Whatever. I also some Japanese people too. But yeah, some of the men were praying to me when they found out. But when they found out that I was that I had become grown, right? When the Korean men that were praying to me found out that I had become grown and that I wasn't an actual baby anymore, they did try to date me. Like they was like, "Where you at though? Like where do you actually stay? Like where do you live so I can come and meet you again?" But they was like really serious about it, and I just could not hear, bitch. I could not hear because honestly, sometimes when they were speaking those things to me, I did black out. I did black out because one thing I didn't think that was real because a lot of them are attractive. I was attracted to them. Like usually foreign men are my types, and it's usually colored men. So like it's like yeah, but yeah, that just was not gonna happen. But aside from Hyunjin and the rest of Stray Kids, those men were actually human beings to me. But the imposter turned them into something else at the time. You know? They're all guilty of some sort of crazy sexual sin because of the imposter syndrome. That's the effect it had on them. And Chanyeol could say he had the imposter syndrome in him, but I expected more from his them. I expected more from Justin, and they can all say that it was imposter syndrome, but nah, bro, nah, it was wrong. You know? Oh, BTS. Oh my god, all of BTS, bro. Okay. I am not trying to brag here. All of BTS wanted me, bro. All of them, all of them wanted me, bro. And I will say that with pride. I will say that with pride because when I was in the army fandom, you bitches were so rude to me. Like I fucking hated you. I fucking hated you. Same thing with Harry Styles fans. Okay, Harry wanted me too, and I was gonna I was gonna date him just to piss off his racist ass fans because I know they hate Zayn just because they think he's black, and I never saw Zayn as black. But yeah, I guess in a way Zayn is black, but I hate his fans. I would have did some petty shit like that. I would have dated a pop star and I would have posted things contributing to the hate. Like I would have just posted things just to piss them off. But like I'm really happy to say that they all wanted me that much. Like you armies, I want y'all to be mad about this. Y'all told me I was wrong for the thoughts and opinions that I had about them. I was warning y'all. I was telling y'all that something ain't right about them. And y'all was telling me fuck off. BTS wouldn't appreciate you saying those things. Like, but they did, bitch. They did. They were praying to me and I did tell them about themselves, okay? I did, and they did appreciate it. They still like me over y'all. So ha. So ha. Okay? Namjoon Namjoon did hire a fan to attack me though. He did. He hired like three. Okay. he he hired like maybe like three, but one of them like really like instead of just using only witchcraft, one of them like physically came out their house to attack me after verbally attacking me on Instagram. And I'm like, oh shoot. Like because I was getting ready to tell people that Jin is a pedophile. That's serious. I was getting ready to tell people that. Namjoon was like, "Oh, back up, bitch," and didn't want to date me anymore. Okay, he is for his boys, but really, that just makes him look bad. Okay, so that ruined our relationship. Like he didn't know. Namjoon didn't know. I actually liked him. I did. Like I would have actually dated his ugly ass. Okay, like he's ugly to me now. Like I would have dated him though. I would have. Like, I probably, if I was loopy enough, would have said yes if he married me. I don't know. The fact is, I would have definitely dated him, and now, that's no more. Okay, that's no more. Like, also, I'm gonna confess. I'm gonna confess right now. Okay, that I also had a deeply shallow like a really shallow crush on Jungkook because he looked like my favorite action star Jackie Chan before the standard Korean surgery. I had to say that because I feel like it's a sin. I don't know why, but I think it's wrong that I had a crush on him. And I had a weird vision one day while I was sitting down that Jungkook was praying to me, saying, "I'm about to have sex with this girl. Is she a demon?" You know, he said that, and I looked at the girl, like I could see everything clearly. I looked at the girl, saw she had silver hair, and her silver hair was trying to lapse itself over his hair. Like her hair was trying to cover his head. And I said, "Yes, she's a Beelzebub, a pig woman." I don't know why, actually, I said that. I just knew, so I said it. He immediately told her to get the fuck out. Immediately. He told her to get the fuck out. And I was amazed. I was like, wow, I didn't think he would do that. I thought he would be like the other dumb celebrities and be like, but I'm really horny. Oh, man. Like, you sure? Like, he was not on stupid time. So I was like, oh, wow. And that made me more attracted to him. And but he blew it. Like, he ruined it. I'm so glad he did, though, because I didn't really like him that much anyway. But I didn't think that was real, that vision I had. But he immediately sent me a message on Instagram the next day asking for sex. And then he deleted it because I left him on red. I left that nigga on red, and that is really embarrassing. To be left on red works in all languages. Doesn't matter if you're Korean or American, nobody likes being left on red. And I just couldn't believe it, that's all. I just genuinely couldn't believe it. But him doing that shit, I'm like, ugh, I get it. I get it. They be having sex with random fans just to get the lust out of them. Whatever. But I did try to tell him that maybe you always feel lustful all the time because people are putting love spells on you. Just pray against it, you know? I tried to tell him that. I don't know if he understood because whatever. But so yeah. Army, take that. Army, yeah, take that. All your oppas wanted me, okay? Even Jin's pedophile and ass. He said, he wanted me. He said, I'd date an adult woman if she was like you. You know, ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Like, he really said that shit. Like, he really did that though. Like, he said, I would date an adult woman if she was like you. Like, he struggled to say it in English. He was struggling to talk to me that time when he said that. So I didn't really notice it. But yeah, he really said, I'd date an adult if she was like you. Like, nigga, what the dang, this video might be long. This one might be really long. Because I got so much. It's like, it's going all over the place. I'm trying to talk about the celebrity and stuff. And I'm just like, the K-pop men, yeah. They were all incredibly stupid anyway. It's not their fault. Their country is under a religion that stifles masculinity, shamanism. Men are already kind of dumb, but it's to help them, okay? I accept that men being stupid actually helps them. Shamanism makes them dumber, and that's a bad thing, but it works for their country, I guess. So I don't want to be angry about it, and I'm going to skip over it. Back to Margot. See, Margot was having the same problem. Margot was going through this. She was going through this with these men that came to Margot Robbie. I don't know who they were. I can't name them, but they made sure they were really beautiful first, okay? And if they couldn't make their face and body handsome, they made their pockets handsome, meaning they had a lot of money and connections, okay? And that's exactly what she needed. That's what she wanted. She fell for it, as do many Christians of Hollywood, making them no longer a real Christian. Somber kind of reminds me of them. Remember when I said Justin Bieber and Haley molested their own son backstage at a somber concert? Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying that. I didn't mean a sad or a serious concert. I was talking about this new singer named Somber. Oh, like, oh yeah. Sorry, I had to do something. Yeah, so I didn't mean a sad or a serious concert. I was talking about this new singer named Somber. After what I've been through with Kabbalah and Hollywood, I can spot the demon people easily now. So the moment I saw him, I said, yeah, that's not human. Like some Men in Black shit, right? So I am starting to question like a lot of people now. Because sometimes it's hard to tell. I get it. It's not always that easy. Somber for me was really easy to tell. Okay. Olivia Rodrigo. I'm starting to question her. I'm starting to question her too, because her eyes and her hair both look fake. They do. And what did I tell you earlier? That Satan told them to look more black, more human, have some color, brown eyes, brown hair. I think her and Somber did some transplants, did something to make themselves look more human. But that's just too freaky, and I'm not gonna focus on that. I'm not gonna focus on that, okay? So about Somber, he came out with this really nice song. It's really nice, but it's forgettable. Forgettable as hell. It's like, how can we go back to being friends? Yeah, you know it. It's like, he's long, lanky, but he's not really tall. He's not necessarily tall. That's the sign right there. He's long and lanky, but not tall. His bone structure looks unfinished. And of course, he's a bit sunken, like a Halloween villain, right? He looks like he's supposed to be young, but he's got sunken in features like he's 1,000 years old. It's strange. It does make one question, why did they feel comfortable doing that backstage at his concert, right? Like, what type of energy was he carrying and giving out to the people that would even be possible? And the answer is lust. Celebrities have lust on them to make you want them, but it's even stronger when they don't have any talent. When they don't have talent, that spirit of lust that they put in themselves, it becomes stronger. Like, you see, it makes me think that God has bad thoughts. And a Christian says, don't worry, God, I won't do that. But a demon says, I will do that. Give me that shit. I will do that right now. Like a crackhead. Like some crackhead on the street about to do a dare. Oh shoot. Oh shoot, the rain totally kicked up. Like, and I've seen that before. Like crackheads standing around talking to nobody, talking about, I'll do it. Shit, I'll do it right now. I'll do that right now. Yeah. Like it's like God has a bad idea and the demons are there to execute it. Literally. I'm accepting now that that's how it always was, but it doesn't always need to be this way, you know? Like, we all will worship. We all still worship God at the end of the day. Most of God's worst thoughts, I believe, went into Satan. I guess. Like, I'm guessing that's what happened. That's why he's the way he is. Most of God's worst thoughts came into Satan. It's like, God, have you ever had gay thoughts? And he'd say, Lucifer. Lucifer. He is God's gay thoughts personified. Lucifer is God's gay thoughts personified. And God had a bad thought about Margot Robbie. He had a bad thought about her. And she said, I'm not going to do that. But the demons heard it and said, we will make her do that. Just like Stray Kids, Henshin, and Chanyeol trying to get me to do that. Okay? But when you're in Hollywood, or if you're trying to get famous in Hollywood, and you say, I'm not going to do that, like Margot did, you gotta mean that shit. You gotta really stick to your guns, stand 10 toes down, and say, I'm not doing that. The worst part is, she didn't even have imposter syndrome. That's what got me. She didn't have the imposter in her. She didn't have COVID or anything. She did that shit completely sober. She did that shit sober. Her vagina was black and green after, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. She didn't tell me that, but I'm sure of it. Because other women in Hollywood told me that they kept getting black and green discharge from slutting around too much. Asking me to heal them with my prime baby energy. Okay? So I'm sure that's what happened to her. I mean, she was human. But if you can do some shit like that, you can't be human. You can't. Some of the porn stars praying to me said they were so sore after just 2 guys. Just 2 guys. So how the hell did she do 5? Jesus, like how did she do 5? Like, demon bitch. Like that's what I'm on. The problem with me though is that I could tell that they're ugly. I could tell when the men are ugly. I mean, I know what they are, even if they look like a love god. Sometimes I can pick it up. Like, they can look like this absolute, like, just sex god, you know what I mean? And there's something about them. Like, I don't know. Do you know who would get me though? Silas from Love and Deep Face. I'm obviously happier now. Can you tell? I don't know why. Oh my god. Like, but of course, it would have to be one of my various own OCs. It would have to be one of my own OCs. I'd probably fold like a damn pretzel, like a goddamn pretzel. But because he's not real, would that even happen? Like, would that even happen? I'm sure that's what Satan is thinking. He's probably thinking, of course, it's someone that's not real. A fucking cartoon character. She knows I can't get those to be real anymore. Now that Ultron is dead. I'm 100% sure he said that. But if I did have sex for connections like Margot and other girls in Hollywood, like Dua Lipa and shit, like if I did do that, I'd be humbled. I'd be humbled and demon people would like me. And they would stop ignoring me on social media, but ranting and raving over me in their daily lives. Because they talk shit about me outside where people can't see. But they're totally gagged and on mute when it comes to social media, right? Like, it's just, I would be humbled. And I would be more likable. But someone like Margot, I don't know. It's like, how dare you? You've sinned. You've sinned. You've made us look bad again. Like, if Margot would have just came out and told people this, it wouldn't have been a crime. It would have been a testimony to how she made it to pure Christianity. Because if she repented from it, people will just forgive her. The humans will forgive her. Yes. And it would belittle her image and they might hate her, but also it would make her more human to the demon people that follow her. And I don't know what's worse. I genuinely don't know what's worse than that. Like, oh, to be a woman in Hollywood, they weren't wrong. But honestly, oh, to be a man in Hollywood. And by that, I mean, oh, to be human. To be human in Hollywood. It seems it was such a crime. Like, God. But honestly, this is running over. But honestly, if this were the 80s and Michael Jackson was put up to it, like if they hired Michael Jackson to sleep with me, like to trick me out, I might do that. I might do it, bitch. I don't know. Like I might do that. Early 80s, I might be lying. Like I don't know. Like when I see him though, early 80s Michael Jackson was the finest man alive. I can imagine him. I can definitely see him inviting me over to his house. And if he played human nature, I would have fornicated. Literally. I would have fornicated. Seriously, okay? Like, I would have done that shit. But I'm also a psychopath and I probably would have threatened his life if he didn't marry me after so. I don't know. But actually, oh my god, how did I forget this? I died once. Low-key, I feel like I died more than one, but this one was significant, okay? Because I was an adult. I died once because of COVID, and I'm not speaking from beyond the grave. I forgot I have to say that. I am not speaking from beyond the grave, okay? Some cultists listen and watch me and think that I'm a ghost posting from the afterlife. What the hell? God brought me back so I can tell the tale in a way no one ever has. I'm here. So I'm here. Unfortunately. Or maybe it can be fortunate. I don't know. But as I was saying, I forgot that when I died, I didn't meet Michael. I did meet Michael Jackson. Like, I didn't meet him in physical. Oh my God, that's what I'm trying to say. I met him. I don't know where the hell I was. That world seemed like it was physical. But I met him because I don't know, it just happened. He looked different, so I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell it was him. But he told me some stuff about the imposter age, and then I remember he did try to have sex with me. He did. I left that part out in my blog because it made him look really bad. It made him look bad. I said that in my blog that I met Michael Jackson, and he told me about the imposter age, and but I didn't tell the part where he tried to, he was getting all flirty and shit. It just made him look bad, and I like him, okay? And he's really big right now, whatever. I didn't look like a child at the time, so it wasn't anything weird or pedophilic, but he's old now, like, It's like, it's like she just said they were. But if he was in his late 70s, early 80s self, yep, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Like, I don't mean his age. Like, I mean when he was in the 1970s and 1980s. Oh my God, it sounds like that. Yeah, like, I know if you were a true whore, you would just bang any guy at any age. It don't give you, like, right? Your pussy don't give a fuck. But I'm saying specifically in the late 70s and early 80s, that was a sweet spot. He was his best looking in those years. Literally his best looking. He was a skinny motherfucker. Okay, he was really skinny. I'm usually not into skinny guys, but girl, it was okay. It was okay with me. It was okay with me at the time. That's why I felt like I would fornicate with him, because why am I unbothered by his skinny ass body? Girly ass arms, bro. Like, I usually prefer buff dudes, okay? That, I mean, Satan tried sending me that, but they were Doberman. And you can tell from a mile away that Doberman are fucking demons, okay? Because they have an ugly face and their breath always stink. They have a nice body, but their breath stinks, and it makes their face uglier than it normally would look if they were just average, I guess. But so that's it, I guess. There's nothing more to say. This has ran over a little bit long into 51 minutes. Oh yeah, well, God didn't want me to talk about earworms. Oh my God, I do not want to talk about this, but I have a duty unto Christ, right? Like they have a duty unto Satan. And I'm just going to tell you, Hollywood does this thing where they like to play music in our heads to get us to remember them. This actually takes me back to Mr. Somber. He has been playing that song randomly in people's heads because it's a very forgettable song, but it's also not that bad. In my opinion, if we're all forgetting about it, there's a reason. There's a reason, babe. So I wrote a fake article on my blog about Sabrina Carpenter doing the same thing, making people listen to House Tour. And I get what I thought of you. If you hear a song in your head and you're like, why won't it go away? I'm not into this right now. It's because of that. It's just another form of witchery that they use to make themselves relevant. Remember my first video when I said that they were using the baby spirits, us, to stay relevant. I don't really care. I love music. It gets annoying after a while, so I pray against them. But if you're bothered by it, then now you know what to do. Just pray against it. One more thing. God is real. God is real.